Hey everybody, David G here, founder of the Internet Marketing Party, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be bringing you a very special guest. Her name is Selena Soo, and Selena is a badass. She's a bona fide rock star, and beyond being a brilliant internet marketer, she's a business and publicity strategist for some big time visionary entrepreneurs and authors. Selena has worked with either in multiple facets. I mean, some of the friends she keeps are Danielle LaPorte and Marie Forleo and Lewis Howes and Derek Halpern, who's another Internet Marketing Party speaker, past speaker. But through this work, I mean, some of the things she's done, she's written for places like Forbes.com, I Will Teach You to Be Rich, Daily Worth, Positively Positive. She's been on podcasts like Entrepreneur on Fire and Mixergy. But beyond all that, what she's going to show you today is how to connect with influencers, with your heroes, the gurus, the people that you would admire, respect, and look up to. She's going to show you when she speaks at the party, and she's going to give a couple of awesome tips today that'll be just a taste of what she's going to give at her full presentation about how to make those people that you respect, look up to, and admire your clients, your friends, and your colleagues. And so I'm really stoked. A couple of the things I'll say about Selena: she's got an online education company. It's called S2 Group, and she teaches her students how to do exactly what she's going to give us some awesome wisdom on. She really believes, the cool thing about Selena is she believes that the best opportunities of life come from building powerful relationships with people that you can really add value to, and who will want to be your friend and who will want to help you before you need anything from them. So Selena and I are real similar on that front. In fact, if anything, this is kind of cool. Like, it's great to have a fellow super ultra connector on the Internet Marketing Party. So Selena, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. That was the nicest introduction.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. So I know, like, just from the internet marketing side of things, before we get started, you want to just give a couple of numbers? Are you comfortable giving a couple of numbers? Because I know your launches have been just successful, like very, very successful right out of the gate. If you're not comfortable with that, that's
no,
fine.
I'm fine. I'm happy to. I'm pretty open book. Yeah, so I've had my business for about 3 years now, and my coaching business for 2.5 years, and I managed to grow the business really quickly. And before I go into the numbers, I want to talk about why I've been able to do that, which is sort of the theme of the conversation we're having right now.
Yeah.
One of my superpowers is really about connecting with people, making them feel important and appreciated, and really adding value to the people in my life. And so when I launched my business, I was able to launch it with testimonials from people like Marie Forleo, Danielle LaPorte. I had friends like Ramit Sethi saying positive things about me. I had magazine editors endorsing me. It was all on my website, and it was because I built these powerful relationships. And I think that for me, I'm not only building these relationships just with the people who are at the top of the industry. I'm really building these relationships at all levels. So if someone's joining my email list, I want them to feel special, like they matter, and I really care about them.
Right.
And so I think by developing that emotional connection with the people that are a part of your world, then you're just able to have more successful launches, more people want to work with you, more people, admire you. And I think that for me, it's not just about, being like, oh, I'm so important, look at who I know, because it's not really about that. It's, I think people are drawn to people like them, right? So when you're, there's a lot of people who are successful, but not everybody does the right thing all the time, and so I'm very values driven. And I think that, there are people on my list who identify with my values, so they're drawn to me. And then there's other people who, I look up to who identify with my values. So it's just what I do is really about relationships. And in terms of my numbers, in the first year of my coaching business, I made $157,000. In the second year, I thought it was 315, but I think my accountant said it was more, but it was about 315, 325, something like that. And then it's just continuing to double or slightly more than double every year. So we'll be crossing the 7-figure mark soon, which I'm excited about. And it's been a short period of time, but it's really about knowing how to connect with people.
Nice. Very cool. Well, let's go ahead and dive into the nitty gritty here as far as like what it is that somebody that's watching at home right
Yeah.
now. What are you want? I'll just let you take the floor, and
Oh, absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah. And I feel like you're going to have a lot to add. And I would love to hear whatever you have to say because
thank
I
you.
think we're kindred spirits in this way. But
Thanks.
there's a lot of people who, may be listening to this or may know people who, they want to make a difference and they want to connect with the people that they admire and make a greater impact in the world. But they feel like I'm not good enough. My website's not ready yet, or I don't have enough experience. And there's like this constant negative script in their head, or they think that this other person is like, better than me. And there's a saying that the moment that you put someone up on a pedestal is the moment they start looking down on you. And so it's not to say that we shouldn't respect people and admire them, especially if they're very accomplished and busy, but you should never think that someone else is a better person than you, a better human being. It's really important to understand that everybody at every level has value to add to the world and value to add to other people. And so the way that you kind of level that playing field from feeling like there's someone who's above you is really by giving, being a giver and continually adding value to people. So then you start to, as you add value, it's like your value increases. And so like one of the things that I really like to teach people is not to wait for opportunities to happen, but rather to create opportunities. That's what I've done in my own business, is what my clients have done. And because, we create opportunities, we find ways to be helpful, valuable, connect people, then we start becoming a part of their world. I think a lot of people think, well, I really want to get the attention of this person. I want them to promote me. And so they think they should send an email asking them to do that. But really, when I think of someone who is like a busy person, I think of them as a train. Like they're a train and they're headed in one direction, full speed ahead, and they may stop for a second or two to let people on the train, but they've got a destination. And so when you're trying to connect with other influencers because you're kindred spirits, you want to support them, you think there's synergies, you've got to get on their train. So it's all about really understanding what their goals are and then connecting and contributing at that level versus being like, no, pushing them in another direction. Hey, do you want to have coffee with me? Even though you've got 1,000 emails in your inbox. Hey, can you do this for me when, they don't even know who you are and what your project is? So I think that the secret is really supporting influencers, helping them reach their goals faster. And there's a lot of ways that people can do that.
Nice, nice. So for somebody who's watching right now and saying like, okay, well, I add value to an influencer. Somebody's watching right now going like, I just went through a divorce, lost all my money. That somebody's in a not a good place,
Yeah.
or they don't have any idea how to help an influencer or a guru or whatnot. Like, what do you say to that person? Because I can imagine, I can hear people right now thinking
Yes.
like, well, I've read this before. Like you said, Selena was going to be awesome. She's telling me something that like it's
I
just kind
already
of like
know.
it's kind of a theory or but
Okay.
like I want something like I can
Yeah.
tactically apply.
I mean, yeah, we should totally talk about tangible things. And I think there was two parts to your question. One is maybe somebody feeling like they're not in a good place. Like I'm looking at these people, they're so successful. I don't feel successful. I'm not making the money I want. Maybe I'm going through personal struggles. And I mean, that's totally fine. That doesn't matter. In fact, if you're in a hard spot and maybe there's an expert that you've learned from and they've helped you turn their life around, you're an even bigger success story. So, I mean, I can give a couple of examples of how, I've added value to people, and I think that will help connect the dots.
Awesome.
So, Danielle LaPorte, somebody that I admired for a long time, and she was coming out with a book called The Fire Starter Sessions. And I reached out to Danielle because I knew, it's like I don't need to wait for the opportunity. I know she's going to need publicity. If you have a book coming out, it's like obvious. You want publicity. If you're launching a group program, you want people to enroll. It's like when you really think about it, people's needs are usually the same. It's usually promotion or clients or connecting them to resources and people. So anyways, so I reached out to Danielle and I said, I would love to tell the editors at Oprah magazine about you and your work. And would that be okay? I asked for permission. I didn't just like start pretending that I was her publicist or something, but I got permission. And then so I went ahead and I wrote like this really thoughtful pitch. It was clearly not a copy and paste. And when you send a pitch that's thoughtful and personal, that has heart in it, it can't really be ignored. And it's like, okay, so it definitely had an impact there. And I put together this gift basket. So I got a copy of her Fire Starter Sessions book. some fire star tattoos. I bought some chocolate fire chili bars, and I just like assembled this package. It was in this brown bag with like red fire paper bursting out of the bag, and I like brought it, like I hand delivered it to Hearst magazines, and so was able to have them check out Danielle's stuff. And that's the kind of thing, I don't know, I do kind of go above and beyond. It's just my nature, because if I'm going to do something, I want it to make an impact.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it to, have nothing happen. And so that was powerful. And I forwarded Danielle the email that I sent. And she responded and she said, Selena, this pitch is impeccable. Every word, the whole spirit of it. Thank you. And, I also took a photo of the package and I emailed her the photo just because I wanted her to see. And so there's a lot of things I'm doing here, which, now I'm analyzing, but back then I wasn't even thinking about it. It was organic. But I think a lot of times there are people that we admire, we care about them, we want to support them. Maybe we're even telling people like, oh, do you know about this person? She's so amazing. Or, oh, do you know this person's like launching their course? Or let me forward you the info. But the influencer has no idea that we're even doing anything. And so in this case, I stepped up to help, but I also just, looped her in. I let her know that I was doing this. And then months later, when I was about to launch my business, I realized, I need some endorsements and testimonials on my website because nobody knows who I am. I never really had, a traditional client. I didn't have, it was my first time starting a business. And so I circled back to her and I just said to her that I'm launching my website. I'm so excited. And I'm looking for a couple of testimonials. And I just wanted to check in to see if you might be willing to, offer me like a sentence or two. Let me know either way. But if it's a yes, here's an excerpt from an email you sent me, which, could be a possibility for the site.
Right.
And so all she should do is respond and just be like, yes, that's perfect. Like use it widely.
Yeah.
And so I also made it easy for her. But, it's like Danielle didn't ask me to do this. And I didn't even have like a connection at Oprah Magazine at the time. But I just decided, you know what? Like I've got an idea and I'm going to suggest it and now I'm going to do it. And so that's one example, but I just want people to get that they don't need to wait for an opportunity. They can just step up and create an opportunity.
Got it. So, like to create that package that you did, which is really impressive, or to write that impeccable email that would impress Danielle LaPorte with energy and with precise, impeccable language, and to have the connection at Hearst magazines.
Well, I didn't have the connection.
Or you just did it.
I just did it. Yeah.
Okay. So you didn't have any connection at O or Hearst or nothing. You just okay. So, man, like for somebody that doesn't understand the power of how to craft a pitch, or I know there have been times in my life where I was so I was like trying to figure out how I was going to pay rent. Never mind buy all these books and this beautiful packaging, and maybe it'll work out. Can you give an example for somebody? And I don't want to make it seem like everybody watching is like a deadbeat broke or anything. I just,
No.
I want to make it to where people don't, everybody, like obviously the bigger swath of people can take that and apply it. And, oh, that's our timer. So we got to start winding down. Plus my next call is coming up.
Okay.
God, your stuff is so awesome.
No, but I understand what you're saying. So I can give another example.
Yeah.
I just like to share that example because
sure. It's fantastic.
It's part of my story.
It didn't come off like it's not great. It's phenomenal. I just want to cover the entire. I mean, I remember there have been times in my life where if I had heard that, I would have been like, "Fuck, that's a great idea," but I'm broke as a joke, and because I'm broke as a joke, I don't even know where to, begin because it impacts somebody's mentality when they're broke. It's hard to be resourceful or creative sometimes.
Yeah, so I think that you can build these relationships and start connecting with people in a way that's like step by step. You don't have to like start with something like that. I mean, this is just the way that I am. I've been this way for all of my adult life. So that's my default, is to do things like that. But I know that there's different ways to get started. So I think that what would be a really good idea is for people to identify who are the influencers in the world, the people that they admire, create a list of these people, and then send an email and reach out. And I think the key here is not to ask for anything.
Bam.
And Yeah, it's really key. And some people might feel like, well, if there's no, doesn't there need to be a point to my email? And yeah, there needs to be a point, and the point is gratitude. So it could be reaching out to somebody and just saying, hi, I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is X, and I've been following your work for about 2 years now. And you wrote a piece, and I don't know if you realize this, but this impacted me really deeply. And this is how it changed my mindset, or maybe I implemented what you said, and these are some changes I've had in my business. And I can't thank you enough. Like, I'm going to continue to cheer you on and support you, and I can't wait for your next article, for your next program. And if you send an email like that, you are going to get people's attention, because I think that sometimes we feel like the experts that we admire are untouchable. But these people, they write their articles, they create their work, and they release it to the world, and they're like, did anybody like it? People like to hear from people who say, like, that was awesome. Not like, that was awesome and now can we have coffee, but just like, that was awesome, and I am so grateful to be on your list. Yeah. And then you'll get a response, and then maybe the next time that person publishes a piece online, maybe maybe you have a Google alert on their name, right, and then you make sure to leave a comment on their article. Okay. There have been people who've posted articles online, like on websites like Forbes, and they're like, asking their community, hey, can you leave a comment? And because with, sites like Forbes or Business Insider, you need to like create an account or log in. People they don't do it. They'll like the status update, but the number of people that actually leave a comment are very few. So whenever there's a small barrier, people will disappear. So you don't need money. You just need to write, if you can write a thoughtful email and take a step to like leave a comment on, an article that someone's written online, that's the start of building a great relationship.
Awesome. That's really cool. I'm glad I asked that. So real quick, because I've got to wind down here. My next call is pinging me. In fact, I might even want you to be on that call. I think it'd be a good person for you to know if you have a few minutes. But if not, no worries.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, you're going to be speaking in Austin on Thursday, October the 8th, correct? I think I should know that. Thursday, October the 8th, yeah.
Okay,
in Austin, Texas, you'll be down we met through Ryan Levesque, and you're in his next level elite mastermind group, and it's a high powered mastermind group, and we're going to get probably most of the people from that mastermind will be there. So it's going to be, Ryan just spoke on our stage last night, so it was awesome. People loved it. What are 2 or 3 tidbits nuggets that people can look forward to, like not the actual content, but what are the bullet points that they can kind of like little teasers?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can share with people how they can stand out, even though they feel like there's thousands of people doing the same thing, but how can they stand out to the influencers and people that they want to connect with? Also, some of the biggest mistakes that they're probably making that they should stop doing, I can share those as well. Okay. And also how to leverage the relationships, but not in a manipulative way where it's like, oh, I see that you're an influencer, so I want to use you to get to the next place, but really how to develop those deep relationships where they want to support you.
Yep. I love it. I can't wait, because I'm sure I'm going to get some awesome nuggets myself. Well, without further ado, I think we should wrap up. If you have any closing words you want to say before we go?
No, I'm just excited. I'm honored. I mean, I know the kind of, internet marketing legends you've had on your stage. So it's a very special thing to be given the opportunity. So I don't know. I'm excited to be there, and I hope that what I share helps a lot of people.
I do. I'm sure. Well, if anybody's been listening, it'll already help them. Okay. And so the other thing I want to say is Selena will be flying in all the way from New York City. So if somebody's watching this right now and you're not in Austin, get on a plane, get over here. It happens every month. We have people from all over. I mean, sometimes we have people from as far away as New Zealand and further. Mind you, they're not always in town just for the party.
Okay,
but if you have some other reason to be in Austin, because there's so many amazing opportunities here, get your booty down here and come watch Selena rock our stage. One of the things we do at Internet Marketing Party is our speakers there drinking with you, hanging out with you. So it's not like we have them in a green room. They come out and speak and they go away. So they hang out, and sometimes we party till 2 or 3 in the morning. I don't know if we'll do that because she's in town for a mastermind, but it'll definitely be fun. And thanks, Selena, for agreeing to speak on our stage. I really look forward to it. And
thank you.
For those of you that aren't members yet, go to internetmarketingparty.com/join or /Austin to get your tickets for the party with Selena on Thursday, October the 8th. See you there.